Do we need to do the Welcome to Cult Film School?
I think we do. Because this is an extra credit episode, right?
Okay, fair enough. Welcome to Cult Film School.
Thank you.
This is the extra credit episode, an impromptu extra credit episode. I just saw Superman, the movie. Well, not Superman the movie, the new movie Superman. It's just called Superman.
I was about to ask which one. There's like a million of them.
I have thoughts about it, and I just wanted to share them with you. And you said, hey, let's just record it.
I did say that.
And I was like, that's a good idea.
This is Dion. You're Adrian. Go.
Okay. So, as our listeners may or may not know, I'm a huge Superman fan.
If you didn't know that, we have other episodes. Go check them out.
Specifically, what was that one called?
It was Superheroes Boom or Bust. Was that right?
That's right. That's right.
Oh, with Fantastic Four. There's another one of those coming out soon, too.
Oh, yeah. That's right. That's right.
Coincidence? I think not.
No, this was planned. So, yeah, we did Fantastic and Batman vs. Superman. Okay. So, I just saw the James Gunn. This is the new, they're calling it the DCU. And all the Snyderverse shit is the DCEU, or as I call it, the DCFU. So I just saw the movie. I don't think anything will beat Richard Donner's Superman the movie and Chris Reeve as Superman. I just don't think that's possible. But
I was waiting for the but. Go ahead.
this is the best Superman movie since that.
Is that a low bar, though?
After the Snyderverse, maybe. But there's been some good iterations of Superman on TV.
That doesn't count, though.
This movie, I liked it a lot. There were some things that jumped out to me that I was like, oh, I'm not so sure, but it's growing on me. So, we're going to spoil this movie.
Adrian's going to spoil it. I have nothing to do with this, so go ahead, Adrian.
Yeah, I'm going to spoil it for Dion, and if you keep listening, it'll be spoiled for you.
Spoilers ahead.
Either listen and get spoiled or go see it, then come back.
Is there a subtitle, or is this just Superman 2025?
Well, it's Superman. The thing is, there has been no movie called Superman. The Donner film is called Superman the movie. So this is just called Superman.
Superman.
Yeah.
Is it one word or two words?
One word.
Okay. Hey, I mean, creative people do things. Okay. Superman.
The Superman, that's a documentary on Chris Reeve. Okay. So this movie, the thing I liked about it is there's no origin story.
Good.
You just jump into it and they give this like a crawl kind of explaining where we're at. So for 300 years, metahumans have been around. So we're in a world where superheroes and villains and metahumans they're part of our world already. Then it says 30 years ago, Superman came to Earth, that kind of thing. 3 days ago, he stopped this war between these two Middle Eastern-y made-up countries like Yogurtstan and something else, right? And 3 minutes ago, he was beaten by this, I forget the name of it's like a robot monster thing in the city. That's where we start. And Superman is hurt and he's brought to the Fortress of Solitude by Krypto. Oh, and then Superman's been Superman for 3 years. So it's like 333, right? They get Superman right. They get the characters right in this film. So it's extremely well cast, especially the stuff between Lois and Superman. She's a great Lois. He's a great Superman. They're a good Clois. They have good scenes. Like Dion, there is a scene in this movie that's 5 minutes long of just two people talking.
I can't believe it.
It's amazing. Not since the rooftop interview scene in Superman the movie have I liked a scene between Lois and Clark in a movie. It's great. It's about their relationship. And then she's interviewing him, quote unquote, as Superman because she is the only one that knows his secret, that he is Superman, which I usually don't like because I do love the triangle between Clark, Lois, and Superman. But in here, they've just kind of started seeing each other. So like they're kind of like dating and kind of figuring it out, like how they can be together, if they should be together, this kind of thing. And she interviews him as Superman. You just went and stopped this war without any like government authority and stuff like that. It kind of exposes Superman's almost naivety, and because he just wants to help people. This is a Superman that wants to help people, save lives.
I don't understand this at all. I've only seen Dawn of Justice.
Yeah, it's so refreshing. Dion, he saves a squirrel in this movie. I was grinning from ear to ear. Even if you don't like the movie, you cannot deny they get the characterizations right. He's a Superman that's struggling with just how he can do more. It's amazing. Like, I couldn't believe it. When he saved the squirrel, I was like, "Oh my god." There's even a scene with this Lex Luthor puts out this, like, Pokemon monster that grows and becomes this big giant thing. He's trying to figure out how to save people from the monster, but also, like, keep the monster alive, right? And then we have they call themselves the Justice Gang because 'cause they're not really the Justice League yet, and it's just Guy Gardner's Green Lantern, Hawkgirl, and Mr. Terrific, and they come in. They're like, "What are you doing? Like, what's your plan here, Superman?" He's like, "Oh, I'm just trying to figure out how to not kill it," and they're like, "Really?" And then they go and kill the monster. Like, even this Superman doesn't wanna kill a monster. Like, I loved it. Yeah, we have the Justice Gang, and they are sponsored by Maxwell Lord. So they're kind of setting up Maxwell Lord for maybe future films.
Should I know who that character is?
He's like another, like, villain.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're sponsored by him, right? So, to me, I was like, "Oh, that's cool." There are other superheroes that people are aware of, and them being sponsored by a supervillain, like, they're still figuring out there is no Justice League yet, right? So, maybe that sets up future, like, they've realized who Maxwell Lord is, and they have a falling out, and they become, like, the Justice League, that kinda thing. And, the characterizations of all those characters are great. Guy Gardner, Nathan Fillion is fantastic. He's an asshole, but he's still heroic. Like, Mr. Terrific, I didn't know anything about, but he's great too. He gets the most screen time of the 3. Lex Luthor, they get fucking Lex Luthor right.
I don't believe it.
I know. I was like, he's not sticking candies down people's mouths. He's not giggling like a fucking idiot. He is the John Byrne Lex Luthor, the business mogul, has a passion for his hatred for Superman. He just hates Superman, and like I love it. His plan is interesting. The thing I liked about this movie, it kind of is familiar yet modernized. There's echoes of the refilms in it, but then they make it their own. Like the Fortress of Solitude. It looks like the Donner Fortress of Solitude, but they modernize it. He's got robots in it. He's got crypto. They have the Jor-El Laura thing, but it is an actual message that is recorded. He can't interact with Jor-El, and they speak a foreign language because they're aliens. They don't just speak English like in past iterations. And they play with this thing because the Superman listens to his parents' message to kind of like help makes him feel good. But the second half of the message is on his way to Earth, it got destroyed. So he never gets to hear the second half of the message. And then they play with this thing where Lex infiltrates the Fortress of Solitude, and he's got this character called the Engineer she apparently knows the ending of the message. And it's that his parents sent him to Earth to like kind of rule over humanity. So they learn this and then immediately bring it to the media, and Lex is on TV, like, right, like telling like Superman's here to like rule us, and we got to get rid of this alien and all this other stuff. And then people start turning on Superman. And at first I was like, whoa, whoa, it takes like 2 seconds for people to turn on Superman as soon as it's on their phones or on their TV. And at first I was like, oh, you'd think some people would kind of give him the benefit of the doubt, right? But then it happens later on at the end of the movie with Lex Luthor, and he's exposed. And then I'm like, oh, maybe they're kind of making a commentary on like how people are so susceptible to what they're told on television and social media. And so I kind of, so that's what I mean. It kind of grew on me.
Mm-hmm.
And where was I going with that? Like, oh yeah, familiar. So like Lex's plan, like it involves like these fake Middle Eastern countries, but it's still like a real estate scam, but it's more complex than past iterations. So I still like it, right? And he's like a true villain. Like he flat out murders someone in this movie. Lex Luthor, not Superman. Just I should reiterate that because if you're used to the Snyder films, it might be Superman murdering. It's very comic booky, like in a good way. You're thrown into this world where there's all like other planets, other dimensions, all these kinds of different characters, but it's all familiar to the humans. And so like you're just kind of thrown into it. A lot happens in this movie, which could be a criticism to it, but I think it balances it well enough. It's world building without forcing it because this movie is the potential start of this new DCU. And to highlight what I mean by not forcing it, there is a mid-credit scene, there's a post-credit scene. None of it have to do with setting up anything in the future. They're just like kind of like little joke scenes or little nod scenes. Nothing's like, oh, this is teasing the next one, right? None of that shit, which I loved because this is its own movie. Ma and Pa Kent
Okay.
are called Ma and Pa, and they're older, like a la the Chris Reeve film, a la the George Reeve series. Like they're old, kind of like Southern farm folk. Traditionally, before Smallville kind of made them like good looking and younger, and then that was carried over in the Snyderverse with like fucking Kevin Costner, Diane Lane, right? These are like kind of old Southern folk. It was great. There's a great scene with Pa Kent and Clark. There's lots of heart to this movie. It's a Superman movie. Superman, he's vulnerable, but he's still Superman. Like he's still trying to figure out who he is, but he knows it's in him to save people. Like it's not figuring out if he should save people, like fucking Snyderverse Superman. It's just like how he can do more. What is the right thing to do? Like I said, he saves a squirrel. At one point, again, harkening back to the Reeve thing, he's got to be like in two places at once. There's no question that he's going to save both people, like in both places, but it's just a matter of like how he's going to do it, right? So like he's like, I got this, I'm coming back for you, like we're gonna figure this out. If it was Cavill, it'd be like, I'm coming back for you, and like you better watch out because I'm gonna fucking murder you, right? Like none of that shit. The Daily Planet, it's got Jimmy Olsen, we got Perry White, we got Cat Grant, we got Steve Lombard, like it's great. And they do this modern take on Jimmy, but it works. There's there's like history with him and Miss Tessmacher, but it's great. This movie's got comedy in it, like you laugh at things. There's little Easter eggy things, but nothing like in your face. We see Gotham City like on a road sign. The Big Belly Burger, which is like a fast food chain in the DC comics. It was great.
I was going to ask about the dog. I've seen the dog on commercials.
Crypto, Superman's dog. Yeah, like if you've seen all the advertisements for this movie, Crypto's all over it because who doesn't love a dog? He doesn't. I won't say he doesn't steal the show, but what I loved about Crypto, again, he looks like Crypto. They're not afraid to put the cape on him. He's not like a super dog, like he's super smart. Like he acts like a dog, which I love. Like he doesn't necessarily listen, right, like other dogs do, but he's got super strength and stuff. But he's playing like a dog. Like there's one scene I broke out laughing. Lois is on this like shuttle and she's trying to figure out the controls, and Crypto just kind of jumps on her lap and just sits there, right? Like dogs kind of tend to do, and like is not moving. Like that's his spot, right? And she doesn't want to move him, right? It was just a very dog thing. If you ever had a dog, it's great. Like Crypto's great. So this is, I guess, if there's any big spoiler, it's going to be this. We learn near the end of the film that Crypto is, because Superman earlier in the film, Lois finds out he has a dog, and he's like, it's kind of like a foster thing. Supergirl shows up. Crypto's her dog, and I liked it. I don't think not everyone's gonna like the, because I apparently the next film is Supergirl. She's like a teenager, right? Like Supergirl is. The only thing I thought was weird was she came in like wearing, like she's got her Supergirl suit on, and she's got like a trench coat because she's in the Fortress of Solitude when we see her to get Crypto, and she's kind of like party girl kind of teenager, and Superman, and he's like, this is kind of explains Crypto's behavior. There's no boundaries kind of thing, and Superman talks to his robots in the Force of Solitude, and like, she likes to go to planets with a red sun so she can drink because she can't get drunk on Earth because it's got a yellow sun. And some people might not like that, but I thought it was good if we're gonna have a Supergirl movie, because maybe it kind of gives her an arc, somewhere to go. She's gonna start off as this like party girl and like learn to be a hero. So I didn't mind it. I was kind of excited by it. So yeah, like if you're a Superman fan or a fan of these DC characters, even if you like aren't a fan of the movie in terms of like its storytelling or its structure, there is no doubt they got the characters right. It's extremely well cast. So I don't know how you cannot be excited for what's to come. Lex Luthor gets his comeuppings and is sent to Belle Reve. So that's why I'm like, okay, maybe Lex Luthor's not going to be in the next one, and that's okay. We set up Maxwell Lord, or who knows, right? I'm trying to think if there's anything else, but I liked it.
No, I got that. I got that you liked it. Yeah, no, that's because I mean, I was thinking, I don't think I was going to see it. In part because it didn't move me. I can't say I'm that. Yeah, I'm not that interested in these kind of films anymore. And so what I was wondering, or kind of waiting to hear, is that recommendation without the qualification. So, in other words, like at the end, you said something version of, if you like superhero films, if you like Superman, if you like this genre, you'll like this film. And I'm just thinking, what if I don't? Right? Or at the very least, right? What if I what if I want something more? And so part of what I was also trying to piece together, because you kind of said a version of it's kind of a throwback in a number of ways, intentionally so, at the same time modernizing it. And so what I was wondering, like with the inclusion of things like the dog, how kitschy is it? Or is it at all? Balancing this like, oh my God, this is kind of hokey with something that we could call like a modern sensibility.
I think it balances it well. Like not every scene with Crypto's like, "Oh, look at the cute dog." It's just that like Crypto it serves the story. Like he's the thing that's cute about Crypto is like he is a dog. It's not like he's portrayed as some sort of like highly intelligent kind of dog, but he helps. He helps. Like he's not just there to be kind of cute and funny.
And then my other question, which I I feel like you've kind of answered it, but I wasn't sure. Like thematically, what's the film about? Is it this finding himself story of identity and kind of coming into being, becoming a hero? Is that what this story is?
Yeah, the thing I liked about it, this movie's called Superman, and as much as there is a lot of characters in this film, the thing I liked about it is it's still a Superman movie. Thematically, it is he kind of spells it out at the end, but he spells it out to Lex Luthor, so I feel like it's earned that he is human. Yes, he's an alien and he's different, but he is no more human than the rest of them in terms of like who he is in his heart kind of thing and how he's trying to do the right thing and he doesn't get everything right. He messes up. That's what makes him human. So it is about him figuring out that kind of humanity piece.
And the reason I'm asking is because the more I'm hearing about this, I'm like, okay, so wait a minute. Is this big rebranding and kind of reorientation is the central premise? Okay, so now our Superman is really Spider-Man, because that's Spider-Man's arc, right? Like this idea of he's kind of coming into his own, kind of unsure of himself. He has kind of a value statement, but he's always kind of either second guessed by others or even himself. And again, like the Superman character, again, I'm speaking really generally, was never that.
No, that is fair. And yeah, is it like Spider-Man in that sense? Yep.
Okay, cool.
Superman was made in 1938. A super powered being was the new thing. Superman gets compared to all these superheroes that came after him, where they did have to answer, how are they different than Superman? Batman is darker. He's human. He's a detective. Spider Man's a kid. He's got problems like you and I. The X-Men, oh, the government needs to have records of them and stuff like that. And it's like a metaphor for
Puberty.
in the films, it was yeah, identity,
Hmm.
whatever. I think in the comics, it was like, civil rights was going on
Hmm.
yeah, so all these characters that have all this more kind of dimensions to them, they came after Superman. There's a reason why the character's been around for almost 100 years now, is because of all the kind of reinterpretations that have happened over the years and, in the comics and the media. So, yeah, is it like Spider-Man in that sense? Yep, but he's Superman. The characterization of all the characters is the character, so even though he's dealing with these kind of, like, modernized issues or whatever, like, this inherent need to help serve humanity, save people is in him, and that's very much Superman.
So, okay, so I don't know if this is the last question, but I'll say it. Last question. Given your strong feelings about this film, would you recommend someone, let's say me, see this theatrically, or can I wait and see it on a smaller screen? Does this demand or benefit that big widescreen theatrical experience?
Yeah, I mean, it's an effects-heavy movie, like, because what superhero movie isn't these days?
True.
Nowadays, like, if you wanna wait, wait, but if you are a fan of Superman, you need to see this movie. If you're a fan of superhero movies and you're not burnt out yet, see this because this is different than the Disney shit. Like it's got that it's the most comic book like movie I've seen in a long time in that it feels like a comic book, but like in a good way. It leans into all those comic book like things that a lot of other movies are, they always kind of are hesitant to kind of jump both feet into, and this just does it. And I think as a Superman fan, the best thing I can say about it is that next to Chris Reeve, this is the best Superman on film.
Well, now I might have to see it.
It's sitting well with me. Like, I'm still thinking about it. Usually, usually big spectacle movies, I'm like, oh, this is great. As soon as it's over, I don't care. So, like, the fact that it's still sitting with me and I'm thinking about it, I think warrants, yeah, it's good. It's got heart. I was floored when I saw, like, oh, there's a 5-minute scene of two people talking in a superhero film. Like, that says a lot these days.
Yeah, no, these days you're right.
I saw it with my friends and they got young kids, and I said, now your kids have a Superman to grow up with. Any kids that have grown up with the Snyder Superman, they're in therapy now. Thanks for listening to this episode of Cult Film School. Leave a rating and review for the show and subscribe to the podcast to be the first to know when the next episode drops.
Follow us on Letterboxd and our social media, all at Cult Film School, and reach out with opinions on the films we covered in today's show and ideas for cult films we might cover in future episodes at cultfilmschoolpodcast@gmail.com. See you next time. Class dismissed.